Hi guys, my name is Stephanie and I'm making this video all about my surgery. I did get surgery done and I did put on my Instagram what questions you guys had. So I am going to answer them all. Sorry if I do act weird or I look away or I forget stuff. This is my first video ever and it just feels super awkward, so bear with me and I'm sorry ahead of time. So I'll start off with the question, what procedures did I get done? I did get a tummy tuck. I did get lipo 360. I did get BBL and I got lipo in my arms. So and then I do want to appreciate those people that were genuinely not helping me, but following me, because you know they're supportive. And then those people just being here, chismosas, hi to you guys too, because obviously you guys are here. I just had to put that out there because there's probably people gonna be like, oh, se cree muy muy, or oh, she got her body done, so now she acting like her shit don't stink. No. I always told everybody around me and everybody who knew me really close that I was gonna get my body done. I knew it after I had kids, my body wasn't going to be the same. So even before I had kids, I knew I was going to get my body done. And that was one of the deals with my husband. I was like, if I ever become, this was when we were dating, I was like, if I ever become your baby mama, you're paying for my body to get done. He agreed to it, so here I am. So yeah, that's what I got done. How was the pain? So the pain is totally bearable. This is an experience that I want to compare it to labor, like getting pregnant and the whole labor process and the whole giving birth. It's like you want to have a baby, you go through with it, but once in labor, you're like, oh, I'm never flipping doing this again. Then once you have the baby, you're like, oh, this was so worth it. But it's just, I don't know, you have to live it to understand. But the pain is totally doable. There's no pain. I mean, I'm gonna say no pain whatsoever, but there's just a lot of discomfort. Pain just comes from your muscle repair when they sew your muscles back together. That's only when you're standing up or trying to lay down, stand up, whether it be from the recliner, the chair, the bed, the toilet, wherever. It's just when you're using those muscles when it hurts. But that only lasts for like 2-3 weeks and you'll feel it less and less and you'll be good. You'll be good after that. But other than that, it's just discomfort. You're not going to be comfortable. If you get tummy tuck and BBL, tummy tuck, you can't lay on your stomach. So you're not going to be comfortable because you can't lay down. You can't sit on your butt directly. So you're like, how are you? So what I did is I bought a BBL pillow. What that does is you set it under your thighs. So you're pretty much floating on your thighs. You're sitting on your thighs versus your butt. You put no pressure on your butt because when you start putting pressure on your butt, it will start to kill fat. And I mean, who wants that? You want a big old booty. You don't want to start messing it up. But pain, it's totally doable. It's like I explained it like labor. You're like, I never want to do that again. But once you start seeing results, you're like, maybe I'll go for another round. I'll go get another round of lipo and make my waist skinnier or whatnot. I did, before going into surgery, I did measure myself and I did lose a couple inches both off my arms and my waist. And I did gain some on my hips, obviously because of the butt. So was I scared? I mean, totally. Who's not scared? It's surgery. Like, I could have flipped and died. I was super, super scared. When you're like a month away from surgery, like, you start getting cold feet. You're like, should I do it? Should I not? Should I do it? Should I not? And I was going through that and I was telling Jesse, so should I flip and do it? Like, what if I die? And he's just the one that reassured me. Jesse's my husband, by the way. He just reassured me, this is what you've been wanting to do forever. Just go for it. Everything will be good. And then obviously when I was going through the whole research process, it calmed me down way, way, way more that they only do what they do, how they put you to sleep is they only do epidural and sedation. So they'll put sedation through your IV, which will like knock you out. And once you're knocked out, at least this was my experience, then once you're knocked out, they'll put the epidural. So with your epidural, you can't feel your waist down, which is what you need for like tummy tuck and your BBL. But yeah, I was scared if it was gonna be general anesthesia, because when it's general anesthesia, you're like completely out. Who knows if you come back or not? But I mean, with the sedation, you'll eventually come back. But yeah, but I was getting cold feet. I was nervous. I mean, like, what if I die? I have 2 kids to come home to. I have a husband. I have my parents. Oh, that's another good one. But I'll share it a little once where I say, where did I go? Where did I go? I went to Tijuana, obviously, because prices here in the US are ridiculous. Just for a tummy tuck, you're going to be paying probably anywhere 10,000 up. And yeah, with everything I got done, I probably would have been like $20,000-$30,000, and who wants to pay that amount of money? So yeah, I did go to Tijuana. So when I told my mom, she was like, oh no, don't go there. She was sending me all these doctors, because my mom's gotten her breast done. She got a breast lift and a breast reduction a couple years ago, so she was trying to send me to her doctor. But when I looked up her doctor, I was like, he looks a little psycho. I'll probably die with him and not in Tijuana. So she was trying to change my mind. She's like, no, don't go there. But when I showed her the doctor and stuff, he looks really professional, and he looks like he's really good at his job. So once I showed my doctor to my mom, she was a little bit more calm, and she was more supportive, which leads to the next thing I will say is who knew about my surgery. So as I mentioned earlier in the video, I mentioned to everybody I was gonna eventually get surgery. I did not tell anybody when or where I was gonna get surgery. Well, people had an idea I was gonna go to Tijuana, but I did not tell them when I was gonna get it. I was just like, don't be surprised when next time you see me, my body's done. Like, I did not tell nobody when I was going. The only people around me were the really close ones, which was my husband, because obviously he was taking me, my mom, because she was taking care of my kids, and my best friend. Those were the only ones that knew. So I want to say like 4 or 5 people only knew. People then found out that I got my surgeries, and because obviously when you're out in Mexico, you start calling, when you call the phones, it's a different, when it rings, it's a different, when it's ringing, it's just a different tone. So they were calling us. I don't know. It's like they got curious. I don't know, it's like, oh, now's the time. So they started calling us, and they'd hear the different ringtones. So they knew, oh, they must be out there for that. So that's how they started finding out that I had gotten my surgery. Who helped me the most? My husband. He was there for me 100% he paid the surgery. He helped me out. He was my nurse. He was my nurse at home. He helped me out at once I got out of surgery. He was really, really 100% supportive. So he cleaned my wounds. He took out my stitches. I mean, he did it all. So I could thank him for my easy recovery, because if it weren't for him, it would have been so much more worse. He did take a week off work to help me around, and after the 1 week mark, I was doing things on my own, so it was pretty cool. I did not feel normal until about 3-4 weeks, because your body is just, it just went through so much trauma. They cut you, they sewed you, they stuck a wand like this big up and down, like lipoing everything. So he helped me so much. So if you ever watch this, thank you, hubby. You're probably hearing me right now, mumbo jumbo. But yeah, he was a big help. And honestly, that's what you need. You need a really good supportive team. Not team necessarily, but you just need really supportive people to be there for you. So yeah, he helped me. My mom would come check on me once and then, but she did help me because my house out. I mean, obviously, I wasn't able to do nothing, so she would come and clean my house. And yeah, those were the two people that helped me. My little kids are really a big help too, because every time, I mean, obviously you can't bend down or anything, so every time I needed something and it was within where I couldn't reach, they'd help me and get it for me. So yeah, you just need to have a lot of supportive people around you. So yeah, and this comes, a lot of people are wondering too, probably, how much did I pay? I didn't pay, my husband paid. It was the grand total. It was at the 8,100. So I was quoted at the beginning when they asked me what procedures I wanted to get done. It's 7,500, so 7,500 for just tummy tuck, lipo, and BBL. But for every extra area you add, it is an extra 600. So I added my arms, so it took it up to 8,100. So this goes to, do they accept credit or payments or whatever? Nope. In Tijuana, it's all cash. You'll be really lucky to find somebody who does payments. It's in Tijuana. I mean, you're already getting a good deal. It's all cash. And no, we didn't get no prestamos, no nothing. It was just all cash. It was saved up money. And we don't think we're big ballers or whatever. It's just, I mean, it was a little extra money we had, which is why I got it done. Because if we didn't have the money, I would not be getting a préstamo to freaking do my body. Like, you need to take care of your financial stability first, and what's it the saying? Work hard, play later, or whatever. But yeah, it was just because we had the money available is why I did it. If we didn't, I wouldn't have done it. It's probably till I started working or whatever, till I could have helped saved for it. So yeah, if you don't have the money, do not get in the deudas or whatever to just get your body done, because trust me, there is way more important stuff to do with that kind of money than just to be getting your body done. And that goes to my next question, which I'm pretty sure everybody's been wondering, because nobody knows who I went to. I mean, only now my close friends and family know who I went to, but it goes to the question that probably got the most. Who was your doctor? Boom, 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 boom. Drum roll. My doctor I went to, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you have heard, because they're the shit right now. They're very popular. They've gotten really popular over the last couple months, year or so. I went to Viva Plastics in Tijuana, and my doctor was the GOAT, that's what they call him, Dr. Guadalajara. I mean, they call him Dr. Guadalajara because he has his practice both. He has his own office in Guadalajara, but then he comes to Viva half the month. His real name is Dr. Felix Marquez, but he goes by the apodo Dr. Guadalajara. Dr. Guanatos. He is really good. As soon as he entered the room, he was like, good morning. Oh, that was another thing. I was the first one to go in. Like, because they call you the day before. And they'll let you know what time you are there. So previous days, probably like 2 days before surgery, I was telling my husband, I was like, I hope. I was praying, I hope I'm the first one to go in, because I want the doctors to be fresh and not botch me. They barely woke up. They had their coffee, they're fresh to go. So when I got the call the day earlier, they're like, we want you here at 6 a.m. because you're going to be the first one. I literally almost cried. I was like, I got what I prayed for. So I was the first one in. I went in at 6. You don't go in at surgery at 6 because obviously they have to get you ready and blah blah blah. So by the time I went into surgery, ooh, that goes. Sorry, I'm all over the place. That goes to the next thing. I did go in at 6, but I went into the hospital at 6, but I went into surgery until 9 a.m. And I did not come out till like 2. So it's like a good 4 or 5 hour surgery when you're getting everything that I mentioned I got done. But he's really, really good. He came in and he's like introduced himself, and I'm fluent in Spanish, so we were talking, and then I just took off my gown. I'm super, super like, only you don't want no other guy seeing you naked except your husband. So I was like super, but I think I was so excited, so I just took off my gown, and he got his Sharpie, and then he's like, bam, 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 you need this, you need this, you need your hip dips filled. He's like, pick up your stomach because we want your tummy tuck scar to be, the lowest it can be. He was super, I like felt so good since the moment he stepped in the room that I forgot about it. So anyways, he came, marked me up, and then he's like, I'll see you in the surgery room right now. And I was like, okay. So then literally as soon as he left, like 5 minutes later, I was getting wheeled into the surgery room. And once I walked in the surgery room, on my way down to the surgery room, to the operation room, I did meet Sergio Verduzco, Dr. Sergio Verduzco, and he's the owner. He's the one that does all the lips and stuff. So I saw him, and he's like, you ready? And I was like, yes, I'm so excited. I was super excited, nervous, whatever. I got into the operation room, and once I walked in there, it was only the nurse. It was one nurse and the anesthesiologist. And then so I laid down in like the surgery bed, and then he's like, are you ready? And I was like, yeah. He's like, do you want me to keep talking to you till you fall asleep, or should I be quiet? I was like, no, keep talking to me. And then he started putting this thing in my IV, which I think is a sedation to knock me out. And then I was like conversating with him, and I was like, how do you guys flip the girls on these? Because mind you, this bed is like barely the length of your, it's skinny. And then I just remember asking him, like, how do you guys flip the girls on here? Like, this is so little. Like, you guys, I was like, se aprovechan de nosotros, because obviously we're like knocked out. So you guys are tossing us up like rag dolls. And he laughed, and boom, I was out. That's all I remember. So that's a pretty cool experience. And then when I woke up, I just remember like my butt hurt so much. It just feels like you have 2 big old boulders, like, because you're not used to the weight, so you feel like 2 big old boulders are just hanging from your butt. And I just remember opening my eyes, like I was in and out. And I remember opening my eyes. And then the nurse it was a male nurse, and he asked me, he's like, do you feel fine? I was like, yes. I was like, just give me something or put something so my butt doesn't hurt. And then I was out till I was wheeled into my room. But yeah, if you guys want to hear about my experience with Vive and their nurses, whatever, their hospital, their doctors, that could be another video. So yeah, because I've got a lot of people are talking crap about Vive, but my experience was really, really, really good. That who knows, maybe I'll visit them in the future again. Yeah, it was Dr. Guadalajara who was my doctor. He's really good. And that's pretty much it. So if you guys have any questions, comments, or whatever, just leave your questions down in the comments. And then I guess I could show you guys my body. Don't mind me, I still have this little roll, which is why I told my husband, I was like, I need another round, because mind you, when you get tummy tuck, they do not lipo. I mean, they try to lipo whatever they can on the top, but they can't really lipo the front because you're already getting a tummy tuck. So I still have a little roll. Doesn't bother me at all, but if I could take it off, I would. So, and don't mind me because I did just eat, so I am bloated. But this is me now. I do have flat. And then this is from the side. See my butt. and then from the back. So I don't want to make this video super long, but there could be another video where I tell you how much fat they took out, how much fat they injected in my butt. But yeah, that's pretty much all that information on my surgery. If you guys want more videos, I probably will. If you guys want me to, I will do the experience with Vive. And yeah, I could do that video. But let me know, guys. Thanks for watching.